Alright, so we have done that. There's no problem now, isn't it? Okay, let's make it worthwhile. There are times when you are asked to find the position of a particular character in a word. What position is it? Or something like that. You can use what you call the find. Say find. So now you want to know which text you want to find. So I have to put here. I say I want to find O, comma. Then within which text? Within that text. Then I can close, press enter. Then you can tell me the position of O. Position 2. Does it make sense? Okay. So I'm saying find letter O in this word. Let's press enter. So I press enter, then I run it down. I want you to see what happens. So in this one, it's not there. It gives you a value error. This one there's no hole, but this is good, it is there. But it's saying 10. Now which one is it? This is good. It says this one position 10. Which one is it? Yeah, just off. So immediately it finds what it's looking for, it's done. It returns that, doesn't check if there's another one. Okay. Now that we've done the find, let's check out something. Let's scroll down. You can just remove this. Okay. Alright. So now you're given the last name and the first name. They're in different columns. Now they are asking you to say, give us these names, all of them in one column. Both the first name and the last name in one column. How do you do that one? You use what you call concatenation. So, concatenation just means bringing two things together. Two things in different cells together. How do you do that? The first one I'll show you is this. You say equals. Then you click on what you want to bring. Then you say ampersand. Shift. You click on ampersand. You want to put it together with this one. So that ampersand acts as a glue. It is the glue which is going to hold those things together. Okay? So if I press enter, I have the two names brought together. It's working? That's how you bring two things together. But you have a problem, right? There's no space. So now it means that I need to bring a space in between those two names. So if I bring a space, if this is glue, it's gluing to this. So I bring another thing here, which means for me to glue this to this, I put an ampersand here, right? So if I bring a space is a character. So, which means I have to put another glue to glue up to the space and to the other thing, isn't it? So that ampersand. So I come here and say space, double quotation. That's how you put a space, isn't it? Then I say I want it to be glued also. So I put the ampersand there. Then I press enter. Now I have my space. No, no, no. All right. So remember, as the first goes, so the rest. Double click there, everything is done. What's the other way you can do this? You can use the formula equals concatenate. What is my first text? That is my first text. Comma. What is my, oh, okay, it's okay. You can still swap them, right? Okay. Close. Press enter. They are put together. But you still have that problem, right? Of the space. So I go back to the formula. Here where is the problem? Here. I come and put the space. Space like that. And I put another comma. And I can press enter. It's done. So if I come here, I can run it down. It still works out. But there is something. Others they say, let's say for instance, Donald Trump, right? You can say D Trump, right? You can write those names like that. So you probably have to write the names like D Trump. You know, so they are separate like that, but you have to write them as that. How do you do that? Here you can. This is where you come and say, I want to say J Banda. That's what I want to do. I want to say J Banda. Now, how do I write J Banda? I just say equals. Remember we did right. But this time we're not going right. We're going left. Because the first letter is on our left. So I'll say equals right, sorry, equals left. What is my text? This first name there, comma. How many characters do you want to get? So we just get one, we close. We have gotten the first one, isn't it? So we get the first one. We want to concatenate that first one. Ampersand. Let's put our spaces. Then we put our next there. It won't work like that because immediately I do that, it's out of the formula. So, sorry? So J Banda. So we can run it down. Thank you for the assistance. Okay. It's working, right? You can also still use the concatenation formula. Right? At this point, how are we doing? I want us to look at something. We have learned that we can be able to concatenate names, right? But can we separate the names? It's working? You've already done the separation. Irekan. Sorry? I can do it. All right. Now, what we're going to do is to say we want to separate the names. We were able to put them together. We want to get our first name first, right? So how do we get our first name? But before I show you that, let me show you something. Is it possible that you can count the number of characters in a word? Very much possible, right? Okay. So since we know it's possible, we'll skip that one. We'll go on the other one, which is to get the first name, right? But let's count them. We count them, alright? So we'll say equals, then I want to count how many characters are here. So I'll say equals len. Len means length of that. So it's able to tell me how many characters you have there. Okay? The space. Try to count. When they are 10. I'll give you the video, you understand why it is like that. Count the space, yes. Because I told you a space is a character. Yeah. Right. So we know how we can be able to count the length of a text. But now we want to get John's from John Spanner. How do we do that? Simple. The formula is right there. Left. Left of what? go on the left of this? Right? How many characters do I want to get from the left of this? 5, right? To get John's, it's 5 characters, right? So I type in the 5. Where's my 5? 5. Press enter. I get John's. Alright? Now this is a brilliant move if you're only dealing with one name. And it's also a brilliant move if you're only dealing with names that have got 5 characters of length. If not, you have got a problem. That is the problem. Have you seen it? Because you would have to write the formula for each. Now that becomes a little bit cumbersome. So the easiest way to do this is to say equals. Then I'm going to say left, on my left, I want to pick from this text, comma. But when I'm picking from this text of the left side, count the characters until you find a space. When you find a space, stop. Give me that. Alright? Because there is a spacing between John's Banda. There's a spacing between Chauvel, Mwala. Right? So every time you find a space, stop. Just give me that. So I'll come here, then I'll say find. What do I want to find? An empty space. Comma. An empty space in what? In this. Then close. You close for the find and you also close for the left. Then you press enter, then you get your answer. So if I come here and scroll down, run it down, you get your answer. Let me explain the formula again. What I'm saying is that I'm going to go skip. What I'm saying is that, oh gosh, okay, but you are seeing that's left, right? So on the left of this word, I'm going to pick that number of characters. Which number of characters? I'll say find the space. So when you come on this word, when you find this space, stop the count. Then return to me that number of characters. That's the ones which I want to be here. So this word you find that and that. Probably the simplest way is this. Escape. If I highlight this formula, then I press F9 on my keyboard. Control C. This find, I want you to see what this find is returning. Right? Have you seen the find? So I highlight the find formula, then I press F9. Have you seen that it is returning to me a number? So this number that is returning to me is saying this space that you are asking for to find is on position what? 6. So which means it returns that 6 to the left formula to say get 6 characters. So it will return them it will return that together with that. So which means when you get 6 characters, it will look for 6 characters from that left side. Which means you have got the word together with the space. Now in some cases you might not need the space. At times it might not even affect you. But if it will affect you, you have got a way of removing it. Okay? You get the point? But at this point, have you seen how it's working? We'll deal with the space later. But at this point, have you seen how it's working? We did find, isn't it? We knew how find works, isn't it? Who's behind at this point? I can start all over. I can start all over. Who's behind at this point? Okay, so which means we're on the same page, right? Okay, so now let's deal with the space, right? That space, such we only get 5 characters, right? So this is how you deal with the space. Find this and this. Then here you put -1. Why? When this calculation is done, like this calculation here, if I press F9, it gives me 6, right? When it does 6, it will do the -1. You see that one? Okay, so Control Z. So what I do is that I press enter. You still get the answer, but what was happening is this: is that if I highlight from find to that one there, I press F9, it gives you 5. So you have dealt with the space issue, right? Control Z. Press enter. There is another way which makes this easier, is that you see how the formula is working. When you go to formulas, then you go to evaluation. Where's evaluation? Formula evaluation. Can anybody see formula evaluation? It's in here. Where do you find formula evaluation? Is it under data or something? Standard formulas. Where is it? Formula auditing. This one? Okay, alright. Sorry, when I'm using the what? Projected compresses my screen. So at times I don't see the. So if I click on formula evaluation, have you seen this is the formula here? This is our formula we wrote. It is highlighted here under Jones. You see it? So we want to go step by step on how the formula is working. So I click on evaluate. What's the first thing that it does? Have you seen that it's gotten Jones Banda there? The next thing that it does, have you seen that's also gotten Jones Banda in the find? The next thing it does, gets the position, which is 6. The next thing is 5. The next thing, it gets the first 5 from Jones Banda. Bam. That's how it returns the Jones. That's how the formula is working. Does that help? It helps. Okay. So that's how the formula is working. Alright. So we have known how we can get the first word or the first name. Now, how do we get the last name? John's band I found. Eh? Now, how do we get the last name? You put right. Huh? Well, the formula is there. This is the formula. Okay, I want to do it step by step. Then we'll do the whole formula together. So the first thing that we need to know is that what is the length of John's? So we say equals, and we say length, okay, of John's. It's 5, right? So we can do for 4 of them. Okay, that's the length. Let me just let the leaf out. Okay. So the next thing that I would want us to be able to do is to find the length. Okay, yeah, I think that would be all to write. Okay. Oh, for the others, including the space. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Remember that this one here, this. Sorry, we didn't run it down. Have you seen this one has got a -1? Okay. Then this one doesn't have the -1. That's why you're having that. But don't worry, it won't affect much, right? It won't affect much. But we can still run it down like this. That has been corrected. Okay. Running it down. What you do for one here, when you write the formula, you can actually run it down. Like for instance, if I come here, I wrote a formula here. Right? So when I press enter, I click back. Then I come here where there's a small, where I down click, it runs that formula down. Alright? Okay. Then I come there. And we say equals. Sorry, some of these things I'm skipping them because they are in the ICT for introduction to ICT. Because if I was to go through all these things, it would delay a lot. Right? So some of these basics I'm skipping them. So now I go on and say I want equals right. Now on my right of what word of this word I want to get. What do I want to get? I want to get the length of this one here. The length of this one. When I get the length of this one, I want to subtract the length of this one in order to be able to get the actual. Okay? So I'm saying equals, then I say length, the length of what? This one here. I close, minus the length of John's. Now the length of John's we already did it, it's here, isn't it? So I click on that one. Then we close for that one. Then we press enter. Then it will give us band. So remember, we're saying on the right side of which one? This. I want to find the length of this one. I want to subtract the length of John's, which is the first name. This is that we're just doing some mathematics here. When I subtract that, what will remain there, I'll get from the right side, then I'll bring it here. Is it simple? Okay, let me try to do it this way. Let me try to break it down more. Okay, so I'm going to say equals, then I say length of which one? Of this one also. Sorry. Length of this one. Then I press enter there. Gives me 11, right? Okay. So now this is what I want to do. I want to say on the right side of this one, this on the right side, I want to start my count from the right side. But for me to know how many characters I should get from the right side, I want first to know what is the total length of the whole thing. So if I know the total length of the whole thing, what I'll do is that I will subtract the length of the first name. Okay. So which means I want to know the length, the total length, which is this one. So from this one, I'll subtract. So I'll say equals this minus this one. Have you seen that one? I press enter. So if I come here, I run it down. Have you seen me got that? So I'll come here and I'll say insert. I'm just going to create another one. Okay. So I've done that. So now I know that the length of what I want to get is here. So what I'll do is that I'll say equals, and I'll say right, isn't it? Right of which? Of this, isn't it? I want to get how many characters? 6 characters. Yeah, the space is there. The space is there. We will deal with the space. But have you seen? It makes sense, huh? Okay. So, all this we have broken it in steps. Now we want to write it in one formula, isn't it? Proper. But let me explain it again, how it's moving, right? Okay? I have got this name, John's Panda. But for me to get the last name, I need to know the length of the first name. The first name we have already established how to get it, isn't it? Okay? So the first name, the length is what? Is 5. Right? Then the entire name, the length is what? 11. So for me to know the length of the last name, I just use the old school method, right? If I know the A and B, I'll be able to know the C, isn't it? So I know the length of the first name is 5. I know the length of the entire name, which is 11. So for me to find the last name is what? 11 minus 5. Then I get the 6 there. So when I found the 6 here, now I can say right, on the right side, get the first 6 characters. That's how it gives me that. Up to this point, does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense somewhere, tell me so I explain it where you don't understand. Should we take one for all? Madam? Are we on the same page? We are? So which means I can even okay. Alright. Now that we've done that, I come here and I do this, and then I say insert. Now we need to write the formula, right? So the formula is right equals right of what? Of this, comma. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to get the length, the entire length, right? Length of what? Of this same one. Then when I get this length, I want to subtract. What do I want to subtract? The length of what? John's, right? So I can even write the formula for length of John's, which is this here, isn't it? So when I find the length of John's, I can now close for the length of John's. I can also close for the length of right. So if I press enter, I can be able to get the actual answer. You see that one? We've broken it down to the molecule or the atom. So in the case that you'll be revising now, let me show you how you can write the entire formula without now making reference to other small formulas. Like you write on the whole formula. Okay? Alright. So the entire formula now goes like this. Insert. Come on, I need to see that. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to say this. Equals. Then we say right. Right of what? This, comma. I want to find, what do I want to find? I want to find the length. I want to find the length of this one. Divide that. Okay, the length. Okay, the length of which one? Of this. Okay, close. Minus what? The length of the first name. So the formula for the first name, you remember it, right? It was left, right? So we say left of what? Of this, comma. Then we say find. What do we want to find? We want to find, yeah, space, comma. Within which letter? This one. Then we close for the find, then we close for the left, then we close for the right. You see that one? Each open bracket has to have a closing bracket. Then you press enter. What else happen? Right. Okay, I made a mistake somewhere. Right, comma, the length of this one minus left. Okay, so what I'll do is this. Enter. We go to formula evaluation. Say evaluate. Finds John's. Then it goes and finds another John's bundle there. Then it finds that. Okay. So you have got 11 minus John's find 6 finds John's. So no, so John's, you see that at John's it has not changed to what? This one is supposed, this John's must not supposed to be words. It has to be a number. So you have to write the length for that one. That's where the mistake was, right? Have you seen here John's? Yeah, supposed to be. So we come to the formula here. The error came where on the left here, it's supposed to be len. Then you close it there. Sorry. Then you press enter. Now press. We have recorded it. Okay. Yes, sir. You're supposed to separate the M alone. John's M B. Look at the formula. Sorry? It's already 20. Okay. I can still be able to come back with it, with the proper formula for it. But I might have to use another formula which we haven't yet done, which is else if. So the if function. So I'll need to couple it up with the if function. If this is equal to this, then pick the next one. But let me see if within the formulas which I've shown you, there is a way to do it. There are many ways you can be able to do something. But it's a good one. It's a good one. Okay. But so far, is there any other question? There's any other question? We're good at this point. Okay. Thank you so much for coming through. I pray that this knowledge